Good morning, Alex and friends. I'm Grace. Today is Thursday, December 26th, 2024, and you're listening to Alex's News. The weather in Riverside today will reach a mild high of 65.9 degrees, with a low of 47.8 degrees, making it a pleasant winter day in Southern California. Coming up, we'll examine Russia's allegations about Ukraine's involvement in recent assassination attempts, and explore why many Americans will be receiving unexpected payments from the Internal Revenue Service next year. Plus, we'll share the groundbreaking achievement of NASA's solar probe, which has accomplished something never before done in human history, by making contact with our sun. All this and more, coming up on Alex's News. Stay tuned. We begin tonight with breaking developments from Russia, where authorities claim to have thwarted an alleged assassination plot. Joining us now with the details is our international correspondent, Ethan Parker. Ethan, what can you tell us about these arrests?
According to Russia's Federal Security Service, or FSB, 4 Russian nationals have been arrested for allegedly plotting to assassinate senior military officers. The FSB claims these individuals were acting on orders from Ukraine, and this comes just 9 days after a high-profile assassination in Moscow.
Can you tell us more about that assassination?
Yes, Grace. On December 17th, Lieutenant General Igor Kirillov, who headed Russia's nuclear, biological, and chemical defense forces, was killed when a bomb hidden on an electric scooter exploded outside his Moscow apartment. His assistant, Ilya Polikarpov, also died in the blast.
And what methods were these newly arrested suspects allegedly planning to use?
According to FSB statements, they had 2 distinct plans. One involved a remotely controlled car bomb, and the other would have used an explosive device concealed in an envelope. The FSB has released video footage of the arrests and interrogations, though they haven't revealed the suspects' identities.
I understand there was also an arrest of a foreign national in connection with Kirillov's death?
That's correct. The FSB arrested an Uzbek citizen, Ahmadzon Kurbonov, who allegedly confessed to being recruited by Ukrainian special services for Kirillov's assassination. He claimed he was promised $100,000 and relocation to Europe for carrying out the killing.
What's the significance of targeting Kirillov specifically?
Well, Grace, according to Ukraine's security service, Kirillov had been charged in absentia with war crimes just 1 day before his assassination. The SBU accused him of directing the use of banned chemical weapons against Ukrainian forces, with over 4,800 recorded instances since February 2022. These allegedly included various toxic compounds and chemical irritants.
How has Moscow responded to these events?
Russian President Vladimir Putin has called Kirillov's killing a major blunder by Russia's security agencies and demanded improved efficiency. While Ukraine's security service has reportedly claimed responsibility for Kirillov's death, it's worth noting that, according to the Winnipeg Free Press, Russia's previous claims about Ukrainian assassination plots have typically lacked independently verified evidence beyond forced confessions.
Thank you for that comprehensive report, Ethan. We'll be sure to keep our viewers updated as this story develops. And now for our second story of the morning. The IRS has just made an important announcement that could mean extra money for many Americans. Here with the details is our financial correspondent, Chloe Martinez. Chloe, what can you tell us about these upcoming payments?
Thanks, Grace. According to reporting from the Associated Press, the IRS will be distributing approximately $2.4 billion in special payments to about 1 million taxpayers starting in early 2025, which is just about 30 days from now.
That's quite a substantial amount. Who exactly is eligible for these payments?
Well, as the Dallas Morning News reports, these payments are specifically for people who filed their 2021 tax returns but didn't claim what's called the recovery rebate credit. Either they left that field blank or entered 0, even though they were actually eligible for the money.
And how much could eligible taxpayers receive?
The payments can be up to $1,400 per person, and according to New York One News, they'll be distributed either through direct deposit or paper check by late January 2025. The IRS will use bank account information from 2023 tax returns or the addresses they have on file.
I understand there are some income restrictions. Can you break those down for us?
Yes, there are specific income thresholds. For single filers, the phase-out begins at $75,000 and completely phases out at $80,000. Head of household filers see their phase-out start at $112,500 and end at $120,000. And for married couples filing jointly, it starts at $150,000 and phases out entirely at $160,000.
This seems related to those COVID stimulus payments we saw a few years ago. Is that correct?
Exactly, Grace. This is actually part of the third round of COVID stimulus payments that was authorized under the American Rescue Plan Act in March 2021. IRS Commissioner Danny Werfel has acknowledged that many people simply overlooked claiming this credit due to its complexity.
And what about people who haven't filed their 2021 tax returns yet?
They still have a chance to claim this credit, but they'll need to file their 2021 return by April 15, 2025. That's about 110 days from now.
Thank you for breaking this down for us, Chloe. Very helpful information. Here are some other headlines. Hawaii's Kilauea volcano has erupted for the sixth time since 2020, with lava fountains reaching heights of 295 feet. The eruption, which began December 23 in the summit caldera, has spread across 650 acres, but poses no threat to residential areas. While the area remains closed to the public, visitors can view the spectacle from designated overlooks. In a grim discovery at Kahului Airport in Maui, officials found a body in the wheel well of a United Airlines flight arriving from Chicago. The circumstances surrounding this incident are under investigation by the Maui Police Department. Japan Airlines experienced significant disruptions due to a cyber attack on December 26, causing delays to more than 20 domestic flights. While flight safety and customer data remained secure, the attack led to temporary suspension of ticket sales during the busy holiday season. An investigation into Alabama's prison labor system reveals inmates working at fast food chains are earning as little as $2.06 per hour after state deductions, while simultaneously being denied parole. The state has generated over $250 million since 2000 from these labor contracts. Scientists in Siberia have unveiled an exceptionally well-preserved 50,000-year-old baby mammoth nicknamed Yana. The female calf, weighing over 220 pounds, is one of only 7 such specimens ever found worldwide and promises valuable insights into Ice Age mammals. And now for our third story of the morning. We turn to a remarkable achievement in space exploration. NASA's Parker Solar Probe has just made history with an unprecedented close encounter with our sun. Joining us with the details is our science correspondent, Ethan Thompson. Ethan, tell us about this Christmas Eve milestone.
Thanks, Grace. This is truly a groundbreaking moment in space exploration. According to NASA, on Christmas Eve, the Parker Solar Probe made its closest approach ever to the Sun, coming within just 3.8 million miles of the solar surface. To put that in perspective, that's about 10 times closer than Mercury's orbit.
That's fascinating, Ethan. How does this compare to previous attempts to study the sun up close?
Well, Grace, this absolutely shatters the previous record. The Johns Hopkins University Applied Physics Laboratory reports that before this, the closest approach was made by Helios 2 back in 1976 at about 26.55 million miles from the sun. We're talking about getting nearly 7 times closer than that previous record.
And I understand the probe reached some incredible speeds during this approach?
That's right. NASA confirms the spacecraft hit speeds of approximately 430,000 miles per hour. To give our viewers an idea of just how fast that is, at that speed, you could travel from New York to Tokyo in less than a minute. It's officially the fastest human-made object ever.
With temperatures that close to the sun, how does the probe survive such extreme conditions?
That's where the engineering marvel comes in, Grace. According to NASA's technical specifications, the probe is equipped with a sophisticated 4.5-inch thick heat shield. It's 8 feet in diameter and uses a carbon foam core sandwiched between carbon-carbon composite panels. The whole thing is coated with white ceramic paint, specifically aluminum oxide, to reflect sunlight and heat. This protection is crucial as temperatures reach about 1,700 degrees Fahrenheit.
When can we expect to learn more about what the probe discovered during this close approach?
NASA officials say they're currently awaiting the probe's signal, which should come through around tomorrow, December 27th. The full data from this historic flyby is expected to reach Earth by the end of January 2025. Project scientist Noor Rawafi from Johns Hopkins University Applied Physics Laboratory has already stated that this mission has revolutionized our understanding of the Sun.
Thank you, Ethan, for bringing us up to speed on this remarkable achievement in space exploration.
Thank you, Grace.
That's all we have for now. Today's episode was made by Alexander King, with Claude Sonnet 3.5, the Perplexity API, and the Google Cloud Text-to-Speech API. Hope you have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow, Alex.